We hear about heart that it works tirelessly with full efficiency, but many of us do not know the exact process through which it works. Today we are going to discuss about the transportation in humans, how the heart is capable of pushing huge amount of blood to different types of organs. Hello everyone, I am Ritika Roy Bhattacharya. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Study Together with Ritika. Our blood is a component which carries different types of fluids, whether it be salts, minerals, digested food, water, or nitrogenous wastes. The blood carries all of these components from the location of their formation to the places where they should be transported. Now this can be done because blood is a fluid connective tissue. It is made up of plasma and corpuscles, to which we commonly say cells. Cells are of three types: RBC, WBC and platelets. RBCs are the red blood cells, WBC are the white blood cells, and platelets are the cells which are present in the blood and helps in clotting of blood. The plasma, which is a fluid, is helpful because it gives the consistency, that thick consistency to the blood. Now we have seen that the blood carries all of these components throughout the body, but how this is done? This is done with the help of an organ, that is heart, which pushes the blood with full of pressure so that it can reach to distant located organs. Now we will first of all quickly see the structure of heart and then about its working. Our heart is made up of four chambers: right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle and left ventricle. Heart is a muscular organ about the size of a fist and it works continuously without taking a break. We see that these are vena cava. Both of these are vena cava. This collects the blood from upper parts of the body, and this vena cava, this lower part, this vena cava collects blood from the lower parts of the body. Now we know that right auricle is the first chamber in which the blood gets collected. When the blood is pushing into the right auricle, it relaxes. That is why it can be filled with lots of blood. Then it takes time and contracts. During the contraction, it transports all the blood into right ventricle. Now from right ventricle, the blood will go to the lungs for further purification. The channel or the vessel which carries this blood to the lungs is known as pulmonary artery. We will discuss about this name later again. After the purification in the lungs, again the blood enters into the left auricle. From left auricle, this chamber again relaxes to get filled with the blood and transports the blood from left auricle to left ventricle. Now we see that there are septum between the chambers and there are valves between the chambers, so that there is never backflow of the blood. Now we will quickly see the function of alveoli in the purification of blood. In the last video also we discussed about this topic, that when oxygen gets entered into the alveoli, alveoli is present at the end of the bronchioles, which is present in our lungs. In the alveoli, we have various numbers of blood capillaries which carries deoxygenated as well as oxygenated blood. When it carries deoxygenated blood, we know it is deoxygenated because it is full of carbon dioxide molecule. When Carbon dioxide is present in this capillary. It gets transported to the alveoli through the process of diffusion. At the same time, simultaneously, the oxygen gets entered into this capillary through the same process of diffusion from the alveoli. Now, this capillary is full of oxygenated blood. Many capillaries like this combine to form a vein-like structure, and this vein again joins here. This vein joins here so that the transport of blood takes place from here to left auricle. Now, the vein is known as pulmonary vein. This is about the working of the heart. One more time we will just quickly do a revision of this. Two vena cava are present. Both of them help in collection of blood from all the other organs to right auricle. From right auricle, the blood passes to right ventricle. There is a valve between so that there is never a backflow. From right ventricle through pulmonary artery, the blood reaches to lungs for purification. Here, the deoxygenated blood becomes oxygenated by giving the carbon dioxide molecule to the alveoli and picking up the oxygen from the alveoli. Then this oxygenated blood again goes to left auricle through pulmonary vein and from left auricle to left ventricle. Now, after entering into left ventricle, it goes to a new channel that is known as aorta. From aorta, it passes to all other organs of the body. This is all about the working of heart, that how it transports the blood. Now quickly we will go through the vessels which are helping us for these transports. There are three blood vessels: artery, vein and capillaries. About capillaries we will talk later. Arteries, this is the heart, very rough diagram it is. Artery always carries oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means pure blood which carries oxygen but not carbon dioxide, whereas veins carry deoxygenated blood which is actually impure because it is full of carbon dioxide gas. We know that pulmonary artery carries blood from this chamber to the lungs for purification. So this pulmonary artery is the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood because it is exception to this. Apart from pulmonary artery, all the arteries carry oxygenated blood. Same with the veins, they normally carry deoxygenated blood, but pulmonary vein brings oxygenated blood to this chamber of the heart because pulmonary vein is the exception to the veins. Now, because we know heart which pumps blood to aorta and to different organs of the body, we know it pushes the blood with so much of pressure. In order to tolerate that pressure, the arteries have thicker walls as compared to the veins, whereas the veins have thinner walls as compared to the arteries. Now we see this, the capillary which is taking blood away from the heart is always the artery. All the arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. We can learn this by a short trick: A for artery and A for away. In this way you can remember this. Then after this, because here in veins there is no need of pressure, that is why they do not have thicker walls but they have valves. Whereas valves are absent in artery. Now what is the role of valves present? We know that there is no pressure applied when the blood is carried in a vein. There is slow movement of the blood. Because of this slow movement, sometimes it may happen that the blood may go in the wrong direction. That is why the valves are present, which ensures that there is no backflow of the blood. Whereas in the artery, we know so much of pressure is applied so that the blood from the artery reaches to all other organs of the body. That is why this pressure is needed. Because this pressure is so much, that is why there will never be any backflow of the blood. That is why there is no need of valves in artery. This is about artery and vein. Quickly we will see what is a capillary. For example, this is the artery. It may get divided into various capillaries in order to divide the pressure and also in order to transport blood in different directions, because different organs are present at different locations. So these are known as capillaries, which are very thin in structure. They are just only a single cell structure. Most of the diffusion in our body takes place through capillaries only. That is why the walls are so thin so that the easiest diffusion takes place. Now we will see what is the role of platelets that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. We know that platelets are the cells which help in clotting of blood. We will see this with an example. For example, this is a capillary which carries blood in it. For example, there is a leakage in this capillary. If there is a leakage, it will result in lowering of pressure. And if the pressure is lowered, the blood will not be able to reach different distant locations, right? That is why in order to plug these leakage, platelets are present. These platelets roam about in the blood and they search for any leakage. If there is any leakage, it clots the blood at that particular location so that there is no leakage and there is no removal of the blood from that particular location. This is about the platelets. We have in this video discussed about transportation in humans. In the next video, we will be discussing about transportation in plants. It will be an interesting video too, like this one. If you really like this video, then please like, share and comment. Thanks a lot for watching the video.